people tramsphobic. This ish convenient AF. Tramsphobes be like, scary. And I'm afraid to admit, guys, I think I'm one of them. I mean, they're fine, I guess. Then again, everything beats buses. Day 700! Give it up for day 700! And here we are staring at basically the same map. Is this just forever now? How Europe's next war might start in the Balkans. Real life lore going in. I don't think he realizes the meme war has already begun. This guy with the let's go! When WW3 starts and Italy is on the opposite team. That is, that's a good thing for you. If they start on the opposite team, they'll end up on your side. That's just a World War tradition at this point. I'm trying so hard to be the right one for you, says Russia to Georgia. The right one that doesn't have to try. Meanwhile, Chad, EU in the background. Russia simping for Georgia. What else is new? The ultimate war machine. Drone and ammunition storage. Artillery-proof armor. Radar-guided 35mm autocannons. 120mm cannons. And don't forget the mine-resistant feet. Versus a puny T-90 that can only cope and seethe. Bonus, can also stomp on tanks and soldiers. This reminds me so much of a video I recently did on my gaming channel. I swear I did not see this meme before I made this video right here. Romanian right leader lays claim to Ukrainian regions. There's also Hungary that would lay claim to Western Ukraine if it lost statehood. Ukraine's Western neighbors be like, that would be chaos. Who knows, maybe even the country of Poland will get on it too. I hope not. Why can't you just be normal? Just a normal day of the EU talking to Hungary. We have more to discuss, Sweden. JK, welcome to NATO. Oh, did Hungary finally let Sweden in? What people think the Sino-Soviet expectation of a full-scale war was? We will be your doom, revisionists. Then we'll just nuke you into oblivion. Meanwhile, what it was actually like, no, we would lose Manchuria in a month. Our weapons are inferior. No, they'll outnumber us 10-1 and we'll only have one railroad to use in the Far East. This split that occurred between communist China and the USSR was quite a big deal. Can't even imagine what a war would actually be like between those two. Behold, our nuclear strategy. We're just gonna nuke Germany. Isn't this a bit excessive for stopping a Soviet invasion? Soviet? Apparently at this time during the Cold War, if the Soviets did ever invade, France's plan was just to nuke West Germany. Or just all of Germany in general. I mean, in a way, I kinda get their logic, but something doesn't feel right about this. Come to Africa post WW2. We got a clinically insane person, suspected cannibal, a Swedish mercenary pilot who used a plane to blow up some grounded Nigerian MiG-17s, an ex-Y marked soldier who turned to a mercenary while doing horrible things in the Congo. Basically, Game of Thrones in real life. Then a Nigeria supported by Britain, the Soviet Union, and the US, while the other side was supported by France and China for some reason. And who says the continent of Africa is boring to learn about? Meanwhile, at the end of Australia, anybody want to meet here and have a climactic sword battle at sunset while we yell at each other about ideologies? I have the high ground! You better have a good reason for buying a Yank tank, boy. It makes me feel like a big man. Same, bro. Same. I am now just learning Australians called American-made trucks Yank tanks. I've never heard a better description. With what do you eat your potato fritter? Applesauce. Get out, Westoid. With what do you eat your potato fritter? Cream and sugar. Entry granted. I clearly would have failed this test. Welcome to Czechia, Slovakia, Poland, and Hungary. This does look like it would be good with applesauce, though. Czechia versus the US. Both had slavery. Czechia with at one point being the biggest versus the US not being big compared to the others. Yada yada yada. Czechia literally enslaved everyone, so much so that this guy had to come and stop it. The entire world literally completely forgets about this versus, well, nobody in the world forgets about this. Why do such strange facts come out of Prague? How do they keep doing it? Who would win? The largest country in the world versus the country that likes saunas. Mind you, the largest country in the world also has way more strength. I'm sure the Soviet Union would just completely annex all of Finland and this totally won't be embarrassing at all. Hey dudes, know what's up? South America just giving the thumbs up. I think Mexico wanted more of a reaction than that. Here they are talking to North America. Oh wait, no. Kind of the same exact reaction. Wait, I'm literally you though. And here's all the Central American nations. Guess not a fan. Oh man, poor Mexico. Poland has emerged as the most pro-capitalist nation globally, even surpassing the goat of capitalism, the USA. I raised that boy. And I don't even think we mind. We're just proud. One like and we'll bring back the 1930s. Hey, Italy got their one like from themselves. Say no more, fam. Sure, they also like their own comment here. Cut to their current leader talking about a plan to expand Italian influence in Africa. Yeah, that didn't go very well last time, but I mean, what, like third time's a charm, basically? EU top diplomat, Palestine state may need to be imposed on Israel from outside. Can we fix it? Not even Bob the Builder, I think, can fix this one. And he fixes everything. Different countries and their trains. We have Italy, China, another China, China 600, Yeah, Germany's going literally 0. That's because it's 3 days late. This has become such a famous thing now. Does it sound like a good idea? I wonder. Each European country's biggest trading partner, literally all of the EU with Germany, but Germany with, well, China. Meanwhile, the EU economy in shambles if, Dexit. Deutschland exit their own Brexit? I can't even imagine. Full English breakfast should contain pineapple instead of tomatoes and mushrooms, says connoisseurs. Yeah, something tells me the Brits are not gonna like this one. If you tolerate this on your pizza, then your full English will be next. Football, beer, and above all gambling filled up the horizons of their minds to keep them in control. Did George Orwell just describe the UK? Which, I mean, he was from the UK. I guess he would. UK is literally 1984. The German armed forces convincing NATO to adopt a standard vehicle camo, so enemies will have a harder time IDing who they're fighting. Also, the German armed forces putting iron crosses on all their vehicles. Besides that, is this still a look you want to use, Germany? The Iron Cross? Really? I guess it is a pretty old symbol, though. Russia's top diplomat accuses US, South Korea, and Japan for preparing for war against North Korea. Newsflash, a-hole. We've been at war with North Korea the entire dang time. That's an easily overlooked fact. Shouldn't be, though. Shouldn't be. Other European countries see American domestic instability and uncertain security guarantees against Russia. Then there's France, 70% electricity, nuclear power, strategic autonomy, and best of all, I guess, vindication. I feel like the same way Poland wants to get revenge, France shares that. I mean, Poland took multiple L's throughout history. France just took one really big one, obviously, and they really don't ever want to let that happen again. The US State Department approves the possible sale of F-35 aircraft to Greece. Germany realizing Greece is using financial aid money to buy F-35s. Wait, they can do that? I didn't know that. Territories by time in the Roman Empire. How I feel when someone calls me Albanian. I mean, you gotta admit, they were pretty OG. Literally hipsters. They were doing it before anyone else thought it was cool. PETA's honored an Australian woman with the Hero of Animals Award after she rescued and rehabilitated a huntsman spider that was severely injured and had lost 6 legs. She nursed it and fed it water and small cockroaches. After a month of care, the spider regrew all 6 legs and is getting stronger every day. Literally the most average Australian woman out there. This is just a normal Tuesday. Australians with their pets. Kinda want a pet spider. Tax haven, bad weather, awful food, barbaric language, drunkards. Ooh, says Spain. Tax haven, bad weather, awful food, barbaric language, drunkards. Yeah. One is cool to Spain, the other not so much. This probably comes down to the fact they just run into way more British. I want to see a united Ireland. Yeah, under Irish rule. Under Irish rule, right? Oh no, I think Anakin here wants Northern Ireland to take over all of Ireland. Talk about a twist. Worst sounding languages. You can't rank them because all languages are beautiful in their own way. Portuguese. Oh, it's Portuguese. I've never heard that before. Not the language, I mean the fact that it's the worst sounding. I don't know about that. An American liberal balkanizing a country that they have zero knowledge of. Its history, geography, demographic, and politics. This is just anyone balkanizing anything. People just like to draw lines on a map. I can see why it would be annoying though to actual experts. POV, NASA gets the cut of the US military and they use it to colonize alien planets. It's about time. Why don't they just give them? Does people realize how much money is allocated to the US military? NASA could take like 5% and with that conquer the galaxy. We're literally getting close to spending more than the rest of the world combined. Man kicked out of all-you-can-eat buffet after eating more than 50 pounds of food. Now he's suing for $2 million. A man from Massachusetts is suing Golden Crown Corporation for $2 million for false advertising. This is the most American thing I've ever seen. Aw, look, it's a wild trying to get their old borders back. Meanwhile, it happening again. I don't think they consider that they could just have it happen again. I mean, they'll get the shape back. They'll just be infinitely even smaller than they are even today. Possible. Big thanks to my patrons. You can find a link in the description down below to support me. The beautiful Megan Underwood. Drum your dad, back with the milk. Look outside. A fat I cannot sleep without Jack Traven's annoying amateur friend. Archaeology. Carmel Saida. InquisitorXarius. JohnDenver. KirinoIsBestGirl. Sebby, if you hear this, I love you. The Great Mexican 760. And ZaneyBoi.